After nearly a month of waiting, it is finally time. We have gone over the basics of playing Doomfist and also how to counter every character in the game with Doomfist, but it is finally time to go over his advanced tips and the knowledge you will need to know to play the character. I cannot guarantee that after watching this video you will be able to take him into comp and start winning with him, but I can guarantee that you will know almost everything you need to know in order to play him. It is all up to you to practice the character and utilize him in your own way. I am LG Mercy, and it is finally time for the Doomfist Advanced Guide. Whenever you are going into a fight, you always want to go in with all three of your abilities. Saying that, you want to use two of your abilities to try and get the kill, and then use one of your abilities to get out of the fight. You never want to use all three of your abilities to try and get a single kill simply because you are open to being killed yourself, and a dead Doomfist can't help his team, now can he? The only time it's okay to use all of your abilities is if you're going for a rollout and the team is diving with you, or you're in a big team fight and you have no choice but to use all your abilities. Otherwise, think carefully when using your abilities. If you have not mastered using the jump on your rocket punch, then you're going to have a very hard time trying to stay alive with Doomfist. The rocket punch is used in 4 different ways. That's to either get a kill, get in the fight, get out of the fight, or use to bounce off objects to get to higher ground. If you are unable to use your rocket punch jump, then you are already at a disadvantage when playing Doomfist. So master your rocket punch before you even think about playing this character. Doomfist has a large hitbox, so it is common for him to always be hit when being aimed at. That being said, you always want to be moving and never really be standing still. If you see any of my gameplay, then you will see that I am mostly never staying in one spot and I am always strafing, especially when they have a Widowmaker on the other team. Strafing makes it harder for you to be killed and also makes it harder for you to be hit. Have good movement when playing against hit scans and make it harder for the enemy to kill you. Whether on defense or attack, you always want to take over the high ground. Never give the enemy the opportunity to shoot down on you because you have no way of getting to them unless you use one of your abilities. If you are both on high ground, then you are both on equal footing simply because you have the tools to get there as well as the tools to kill them. Not only that, but the people that are on the lower ground should fear you because you do more damage from coming down from high ground than you do on the ground. Take control of the high ground and you are damaged twice as much as you are on the ground. Choosing who to kill all depends on the comp that is being run. If they're running a dive comp and the enemy has a Zenyatta, then it's best to go after him and take him out first, or stay with your team and kill the Winston when he jumps in. If they are playing a more anchored comp with Orisa or Reinhardt, then it's best to go after the supports or hit scans if they have one. You always want to go after whoever is the easiest to kill and not try to go after the harder targets like Lucio, Tracer, or Genji. You'll be wasting your time trying to kill the harder targets compared to trying to kill the easier ones. Once you kill your easier target, then you have time to wait and get back in the fight to help kill the harder targets. It's easy to say not to risk your life to get a kill when you are playing Doomfist because he needs to risk his life in order to get a kill. What I mean is to not use all of your abilities to try and get a kill if that kill is not a tank. If you use all of your abilities to try and get a kill on the Mercy, then you have no ability to lead the fight, and that leaves you open to be killed yourself, and you never want to trade 1-for-1. Also, don't go head on into the enemy if they have hard counters they are trying to counter you like McCree or Roadhog. Instead, when they are trying to run comps specifically to counter you, you want to always switch over to the flank Doomfist and kill them from behind. This is a lot safer than diving straight into the enemy and trying to get a kill. It's really hard for a Doomfist on 2CP maps if he's the attacking. If you're attacking on 2CP, you have to go into the enemy in order to take the point, which makes it harder for Doomfist to actually get kills from surprise. What you want to try to do instead is to go straight in and try to get behind the enemy as fast as you can. These are stages like Temple of Anubis and Hanamura that works the best. The worst that can happen is they all chase you, and it gives you an opportunity to let your team go through the point and get the point as fast as possible while risking your life at the same time. If you are somehow able to live once you get behind them, then you want to wait for the right opportunity and take out one of the supports or DPS to give them a chance for you to run in. Let's be completely honest, your ultimate sucks. It looks flashy and cool, but when you actually try to get a kill with it, it comes down to it just coming down too slow, and it doesn't really do enough damage to the enemy if you don't get them in the center. Instead of trying to get a kill with your ultimate, it is better to use your ultimate to get to the high ground and then come down from the high ground to get a kill, or to live when you are going straight into the enemy or from ultimate pulse bomb, like pulse bomb. The best way to get a kill with the ultimate is to put the ultimate slightly behind the enemy and then have them walk into it. Having a good support that is willing to work with you on your team is really awesome. Whether it's Lucio speed boosting you into the enemy fights or Mercy or Zen pocketing you, it makes you feel like you can kill almost anything and get away with it. If you want to be really aggressive and you want to use all of your abilities, then it's best to take a Lucio with you, because a Lucio speed boost can boost you into the team, and it makes it extremely harder for the enemy team to dodge your rocket punch because of the speed boost. If you want to be less aggressive and just get a kill and get out, then it's best to take a Mercy or a Zen with you to help you get out of the fight and be healed at the same time. Whenever you are completely out of abilities, then it is best for you to turn around, look at the ground, and start to retreat. This will hide your head almost completely, and it will make it harder for hit scans to tap your head while you're getting away. The key to playing a defensive Doomfist is to take the high ground and then attack once the enemy starts moving in. Your choice of move will mainly depend on how far the enemy is in, but your main move will be using your Seismic Slam to catch them off by surprise. Your main goal is to deal tons of damage from the high ground with your Seismic Slam and then do more damage with your uppercut. You should also be watching out for flankers to make sure they don't flank your team and take the point. Make sure to bait abilities with your Rocket Punch. You can bait Reinhardt's charge or any tank's main ability so they won't have it when the team moves in. This is a mind games tactic. It can help you if you play your games correctly. This not only works on tank, but this also works on DPS as well, mainly against Tracer's blinks. Using your uppercut to complete a combo isn't the only thing you can use it for. You can also use your uppercut to push enemies off a high ground and into your team. When you uppercut someone, they have no control of their mobility while they're in the air. The only characters that have control of their mobility while in the air are characters that have movement abilities or anchor abilities like Tracer, Genji, Orisa, Zarya, Pharah, and D.Va. Once you push the enemy into your team, then all you have to do is retreat to your team and let them do the rest of the work. You don't have to be on the high ground to use aerial Seismic Slam. All you need is to be a certain distance from the ground in order to activate it. You can use edges and the payload to activate your Seismic Slam as well. Whenever you are hooked, flashbanged, or slept, you want to immediately use your uppercut to get out of the situation. Using your uppercut to live is very important, and you will need this in order to stay alive with Doomfist. Not only that, but you deal damage and you get shields from doing it as well. There are only two ways that I currently know of to slide along the ground with Seismic Slam. The main way would be to slide when there are stairs or a slope, but the second way is by crouching first and Seismic Slamming. This will not give you the jump animation and will instead slide you across the ground as if you were doing the aerial Seismic Slam. This can be used to follow someone into a room and not having to worry about hitting the top of the door when slamming inside. Note that this does less damage than the regular slam, but has more benefit indoors. The whole reason I jump after my Seismic Slam is to get the headshot off easier than when I don't jump. When you do not jump, you will have to wait until the enemy is high enough in order to get some headshots on, or you have to look up and you will get less headshots in. But if you jump before and after the slam, you will do more damage and you will end up at the same height as the enemy, and it will give you a better chance to get the headshots in. You also will be slightly above the enemy depending on the character, and once you shoot, it will immediately be on their head and the basic combo becomes a lot stronger, faster, and more consistent. You can be as aggressive as you want when you have your ultimate. When you have your ultimate, you can go straight into the enemy team, try and get a kill off, and then use your ultimate to either retreat or set up on high ground to try and get another kill. You can also be very aggressive depending on how many shields that you have after that ult or before that ult. Whenever you capture a point, you always want to push forward and try to set up for the next fight. What I mean by this is to push forward and try to get behind the enemy, and when that fight starts, you take out one of their supports or DPS immediately from behind. Setting up for the next fight is a big advantage, and I always advise for you to do this no matter what map you are on. Learn the combo with your tanks. If you have a Reinhardt and the enemy team also have a Reinhardt, you can punch the enemy Reinhardt and then have your Reinhardt shatter right afterwards to get a clean team wipe. You can also use Zarya's ultimate to get a team wipe, as well as Orisa's mini graviton. This will all depend on your communication with your team. If you are on console or on PC, then I advise you to learn to flick your rocket punch. This is important because if you flick your rocket punch, it is a lot faster than trying to track and is a lot more unpredictable. Though you sacrifice aim for flicking, once you master it, you will become more consistent and get more kills. And finally, we have all your playstyles. There are 4 types of playstyles with Doomfist. These styles are Brawler, Rollout, Flanker, and Control. Decide which one you are better at and stick with it depending on what the situation is. The Brawler style includes you going straight into the enemy with your team and getting killed straight for it while using up all of your abilities. This is one unorganized and dangerous style and is not used much if your team is not going in with you. The Rollout style is use your abilities to get in and get a quick kill off while your team charges forward. Almost very similar to Brawler style, except is mainly used as all or nothing plan of attack. The Control style is played by staying with your team and countering dive when they come in. This style is dive specific and requires a lot of patience in order to pull it off, but this is less consistent and is only used for dive meta. The Flanker style is getting behind the enemy team and hitting them the second they start engaging your team. This style is used the most and is the #1 way to play Doomfist. Know how to play all of these styles, and once you master all of these styles, then you have completed the basics of knowing how to engage with Doomfist. Thank you all so much for 1,000 subscribers. I honestly did not expect to grow the channel this fast, but I do hope to grow more in the future, and starting in the summer, I will plan to get more content out to you guys. I made this Doomfist guide because I did not see a whole lot of Doomfist mains, and if I did see them, I could see the mistakes that they were making. Hopefully this guide has encouraged all of you to pick up Doomfist and bring him into competitive mode. Let's freaking make this into a Doomfist meta and like delete Pharah from this game, man. Let's go. By the way, I am now accepting videos from fellow Doomfist players and will be posting them as my own videos for Doomfist analysis. I cannot promise that I can do every video that is given to me, so it will be first come, first serve. I will leave my email in the description for you all to send your videos and hope to see them all in there. I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video and for watching the rest of my videos, and hope you stick around for the future. I am LG Mercy, and I will see you all next time.